Power, prestige, and bloodlines, that was the royal formula for centuries. But behind the glittering crowns and grand palaces lay a darker obsession, keeping that bloodline pure. In the world's most powerful dynasties, love and choice were often sacrificed for duty and genetics. Cousins married cousins, uncles married nieces, and over generations, the consequences emerged in twisted limbs, failing minds, and haunting legacies that history could not ignore. Today, on Empress Secrets, we uncover the shocking truth about royal inbreeding, not just how it happened, but what it did to the monarchs who bore its cost. From bizarre deformities to rulers unfit to govern, these stories are as tragic as they are unforgettable. Welcome to Empress Secrets, your channel for diving deep into history's hidden corners, where we unravel mysteries and reveal truths that shaped the world. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button now and join our community of curious minds. Don't forget to like and share this video to spread knowledge. Your support empowers us to bring more stories like this to light. Let's motivate each other to explore the past, because understanding history builds empires of wisdom. Now, let's dive into the shadowy world of royal inbreeding. Inbreeding, by definition, is reproduction between closely related individuals, siblings, cousins, uncles, and nieces, or even parents and children. For most, this sounds unthinkable, but for centuries, royal families across Europe, Asia, Africa, and beyond saw it as a strategic necessity. By marrying within their bloodline, they aimed to preserve their claim to the throne, solidify political alliances, and keep wealth concentrated. What they didn't fully grasp was the genetic toll. Genetics explains why inbreeding is so risky. Every person carries 2 copies of each gene, one from each parent. Some genes are recessive, meaning they only cause issues if both copies are faulty. Normally, unrelated parents provide a healthy copy to mask a defective one. But when close relatives reproduce, the odds skyrocket that both parents carry the same faulty gene, passing it to their child. The result? Genetic disorders ranging from physical deformities to mental instability, metabolic issues, and infertility. Scientists quantify this with the inbreeding coefficient, a score from 0 to 1. A score of 0 means no inbreeding. 1 means complete genetic sameness. First cousin marriages yield a coefficient of 0.0625, 6.25% shared genes. Sibling or parent-child unions jump to 0.25, 25%. Over generations, repeated inbreeding compounds these risks, turning family trees into tangled loops where recessive disorders thrive. Common issues include physical deformities like cleft palates, club feet, oversized jaws, or skeletal abnormalities, neurological disorders like epilepsy, intellectual disabilities, or psychosis, metabolic conditions such as hemophilia or porphyria, and infertility, which could doom dynasties. Modern DNA analysis, including studies of royal remains, confirms these links, showing mutations amplified by inbreeding in skeletons and mummies. This wasn't just a European phenomenon. It spanned continents, from ancient Egypt to Victorian England, from Incan emperors to Thai kings, each case revealing how the quest for pure bloodlines shaped and shattered empires. Before we dive into the stories, let's pause. If this topic intrigues you, like this video on Empress Secrets, it fuels our passion to uncover more. Share it with a friend to spark discussion, and subscribe with that bell icon to stay updated. Your support is the crown jewel of our channel. Let's build this community together. Let's start with ancient Egypt's pharaohs, who, for over 3,000 years, viewed themselves as gods incarnate. To preserve that divine bloodline, they married siblings, half-siblings, or even parents and children, believing it mirrored gods like Osiris and Isis. This wasn't just cultural, it was theological, tying rulers to divine legitimacy. But the genetic consequences were profound. Consider Tutankhamun, the boy king who ascended at age 9 around 1332 BCE. Born to Pharaoh Akhenaten and his sister, likely, Tutankhamun's inbreeding coefficient was around 0.25, equivalent to sibling offspring. His parents, children of Amenhotep III and Queen Tai, were full siblings, a common practice in the 18th dynasty. CT scans of his mummy reveal a club foot requiring a cane, over 130 found in his tomb, a cleft palate, scoliosis, and fragile bones prone to fractures. He had choler disease and likely malaria, which his weakened immune system couldn't combat. His death at 19 likely stemmed from a leg fracture leading to infection. Tutankhamun married his half-sister Inkhesenamun, and their 2 daughters were stillborn, showing spinal deformities and club feet, direct victims of inbreeding. Akhenaten, Tutankhamun's father, married his sister and possibly Nefertiti, a cousin. His elongated skull, wide hips, and feminine features suggest Marfan syndrome or another genetic disorder amplified by inbreeding. His 6 daughters with Nefertiti showed similar traits. One daughter, Meritaten, married Akhenaten after Nefertiti's death, continuing the cycle. The 18th dynasty saw high infant mortality. Amenhotep III had at least 2 stillborns from sibling marriages, and eventual decline as weakened rulers struggled. The Ptolemaic dynasty, 305 to 30 BCE, Greek Macedonian rulers, adopted sibling marriages. Ptolemy too married his sister Arsinoe II, setting the precedent. By Cleopatra VII's time, her parents were likely siblings or uncle-niece, giving her a coefficient of 0.125 or higher. Many Ptolemies were obese, alcoholic, and unstable. Ptolemy VIII married his sister Cleopatra II, then her daughter Cleopatra III, fathering troubled offspring. Cleopatra married her brothers Ptolemy XIII and XIV, both weak rulers. The dynasty's strife, deadly sibling rivalries, weakened Egypt against Rome, ending with Cleopatra's suicide in 30 BC. These ancient tales show how power blinded rulers to biology's warnings. If you're gripped, like and subscribe to Empress Secrets. Let's uncover more together. Share this to motivate others. History isn't just facts, it's lessons for today. In Europe, the Habsburgs, rulers of the Holy Roman Empire, Spain, and Austria for over 500 years, were notorious for uncle-niece, cousin, and double-cousin marriages. Their goal was to consolidate power and wealth, but their family tree became a genetic knot. The Habsburg jaw, a protruding lower jaw, was their hallmark, linked to recessive genes in a 2019 study. It caused eating, speech, and breathing issues. King Charles II of Spain, 1661 to 1700, born to Philip IV and his niece Mariana, had a 0.25 coefficient. His misshapen skull, oversized tongue, and frail body made life agony. He couldn't walk until 8, speak until 4, and suffered chronic illnesses, measles, rubella, smallpox, kidney issues, and hormonal deficiencies. Likely impotent, he fathered no children, ending the Spanish Habsburg line. His autopsy revealed a tiny heart, decaying organs, and a brain swollen with fluid. Nicknamed Charles the Bewitched, his reign saw decline and war. Don Carlos, 1545 to 1568, son of Philip II and his cousin Maria Manuela, had only 4 great-grandparents. Born with misaligned limbs and a hunchback, he turned violent and paranoid, attacking courtiers and plotting against his father. After a head injury, trepanation worsened his madness. Arrested by Philip II, he died at 23, possibly from illness or poison. Leopold I, 1640 to 1705, Holy Roman Emperor, married his niece Margaret Theresa. His severe jaw caused drooling and eating issues. His children suffered, many dying young. Joanna of Castile, Joanna the Mad, 1479 to 1555, mother of Charles V, married her cousin Philip the Handsome. Her mental instability, possibly schizophrenia or porphyria, led to decades of confinement. Ferdinand I of Austria, 1793 to 1875, born to double first cousins, suffered hydrocephalus, causing a misshapen head and seizures. His slurred speech and poor motor skills made simple tasks daunting. Yet, he had a sharp wit, spoke 5 languages, and loved science and nature. Crowned in 1835, he never ruled, as power passed to Prince Metternich. His childless marriage to Maria Anna of Savoy was more caregiving than regal. Abdicating in 1848, he lived peacefully in Prague, known as Ferdinand the Benign, dying at 82. Queen Victoria, 1819 to 1901, married her cousin Albert, spreading hemophilia, a bleeding disorder. Her son Leopold died at 30 from a hemorrhage. Daughters Alice and Beatrice carried it to Russia and Spain. In Russia, Alice's daughter Alexandra passed it to Tsarevich Alexei, whose illness fueled the 1917 revolution via Rasputin's influence. In Spain, Beatrice's sons Alfonso and Gonzalo suffered bleeds, weakening the monarchy. Porphyria, causing madness, plagued George III and descendants, possibly influencing Kaiser Wilhelm II's erratic decisions before World War I. Inbreeding wasn't just European. French Bourbons, Thai kings, and Incan emperors married close kin, leading to frail heirs and dynastic decline. These monarchs weren't just crowns, they were people shattered by biology and duty. Like this video on Empress secrets to keep these stories alive. Share and subscribe. Hit that bell. Your engagement builds our legacy. Stay curious.